Hello everyone, and it's Junk Dump back at it with a 1970 Oldsmobile 455. This time we'll be doing the oil pump, the oil pan, and the windage tray and baffle. You can see right here we're going to start with that front oil baffle. This comes on a, it may be in W30s, I don't think so, but it certainly comes in Toronados. And since this engine was off from a Toronado, we have that front baffle. And what that does is just keeps the oil from sloshing to the front of the engine under hard braking. And next up, we'll grab the oil pump. Notice that there's no seal. There is no gasket or seal that goes in between the cap and the oil pump. I believe you can get some aftermarket copper gaskets, but I've never used one and never really had an issue. So. And there's a little trick with the oil pump. You only want to put in one of the bolts. The other bolt, you need to have the windage tray in place before you can install that. So what we'll do is grab that first bolt and tighten that in place. Now we'll grab that windage tray, and this one does come on W30 models. So you can see it fits right on those caps, and then there's one bolt that fits on that rear main cap, and then you can grab your last oil pump bolt. Now that the oil pump is all taken care of, next we're going to move on to putting on that pan. And we start with the other place that we use RTV silicone, and that's going to be around the rear lip here. So you can see just barely on that outside groove. You're going to put some RTV silicone down in there, and then you're going to put some RTV silicone at the base where that rubber seal is going to meet. And again, that is just on the outside. Just on that outside groove. And now the same with the front, right on that timing cover lip where that rubber seal is going to go for the pan. You're going to put that RTV silicone in that front corner, just in that lip in the corner there, and then on the bottom of the block. Again, sealing up those gaps where those gaskets meet. Now we're going to grab those rubber seals and place that front seal in first. There's a little tab that fits into the hole. And then press that firmly into place, get it right into that groove, and lay it down against the block. And now we do the same with the rear. Grab that rubber seal, lay it into that groove, press it into place, and roll your thumb around right down to the block. Now again, we've coated the bottom side of this gasket with the anaerobic sealant, and then we're going to set it into place for the pan rail. And now we grab the oil pan and set that in place. Now this oil pan is from a Toronado, and you can clearly see the indent in the pan right there in front of the sump. That was in place for one of the half shafts. One of the axle shafts, I believe the right-hand side, for the Toronado went right underneath the pan, so they had to make a little dimple there. And that makes a little spot where oil can get trapped, but it really doesn't trap enough oil to make a difference, especially since this pan holds an extra quart. So it's really not as big a deal as some people tend to make out of it, and I've never had it starve for oil in all the years that I've run Toronado pans, so it's not really an issue if you want to use one.